Hello everyone and welcome back to Arcade Spirits. If you've missed the last episode, I have a playlist, and if you don't want to ever miss a video, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you want to play Arcade Spirits yourself, links in the description. Let's jump in. I don't know what happened last time. Afternoon slides in as the gang migrates from sandy shores to bustling boardwalk. I'm using different audio thing. I'm using earphones instead of my headphones, so me talking right now sounds weird. So I'm just like, ugh. Okay. Once you've had your fill of seaweed in your trousers, it's time to take a walk down the boardwalk and indulge in any number of side activities. No need to change out of your swim gear either. Unless you're going deeper into the beach town, you can just skip back and forth between the sands and the boardwalk. This is where the real action happens. Shops, restaurants, and of course, arcades. Soon enough, the group's splitting up to go try to do as much as possible. I've got time to tag along with some of them. Who do I hang out with? Well, anything with Teo. Of course. Or we could— I think this is where, again, we get to choose who we want to be with, and probably miss a group. So, let's see. Well, we're gonna do Teo and Naomi first. Naomi and Teo are raiding a candy store. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Teo and Naomi sneak into one of the shops on the boardwalk called the Sandy Bar, with little iconic saltwater taffy icons on each side. Ah, saltwater taffy. A staple of coastal life and commerce. On any given boardwalk, you're within spitting distance of at least 3 candy shops loaded with tasty treats. But more importantly, why are these two acting so childish about the whole thing, like 2 kids in a candy store? I need to find out exactly what's going on. And more importantly, I need to see if they have any of those gummy sharks in there too. As I peer into the building, my senses are overwhelmed by sweet— I don't know why that doesn't sound right. My teeth practically hurt from all the surrounding sugar. Covering the walls are assorted containers holding various types of candies, a rainbow of colors and confectionaries, filled to the brim with saltwater taffy and covered in chocolates. Not only do I take note of the delectable candy, but I also notice all the kitties running around. I can't help but be reminded of the Funplex. Same atmosphere, just fewer games. I'll look over to the person behind the counter and give them a nod of understanding. I feel you, noble cashier, in your quest to maintain peace and order. Naomi and Teo recognize me and wave me over. Over here, Antonio. Come help us decide on what to get. I comply and go over to them. Naomi is huddled over a table and is filling her arms with various desserts. I want one of these, and 2 of these, and have all of this one. Oh, no, what's that over there?
Wow!
Oh. I didn't read it right. Whatever. Candied apples? I have to get one of those too. This is the best part about going to the beach. Look at how many different candies there are. I could just devour them all. This is right after I devour you, Antonio. Oh. Oh my, I thought maybe since we were all on holiday I'd get a vacation from Teo always making me blush. But not today, and my face goes as red as licorice right in front of me. Now, I pegged Naomi to have a sweet tooth, but Teo, with all his dancing, I would have guessed him to stick to a healthier diet. Well, I mean cheat days. Unless of course you're very committed and like don't mind. This trip is a vacation for all of us, so maybe he's spoiling himself. So, what do you think of the place? Who, me? Oh, I've been here before, quite a few times. It's the most popular candy store on the boardwalk. My family and I would stop by right before our long drive home. After a long day of swimming, walking, and fun in the sun, a maximum sugar overdrive was a perfect way to end the day. They'd give me a fistful of dollars and cut me loose in here.
Whoa!
Whoa, they just let you get whatever you wanted? Dang, I wish I had your parents. Cute. I could just see a young Antonio here running around and stuffing candy into his face. I'm not going to lie, it was a cute kid. Not so cute when overdosing on sweets, though. Both Naomi and Teo laugh heartily. I mean, they didn't exactly give me Fort Knox to blow on snacks, but it was still a nice little reward at the end of the day. As I am a creature of habit, I'd always get saltwater taffy year after year. It's just the best feeling munching on taffy while watching the waves crash into the sand. Naomi suddenly gasped, interrupting my recollection. What? What is it, Naomi? They have compito. Oh, I forgot how to say it. Compito? Competo? Compito? I forget how you say this. I'm still confused. Is that a good thing? I forget what that is. Oh yeah, okay. It's the best thing. They're these little traditional Japanese sugar candies that look like stars and are my absolute favorite. I heard that they're, if you're not like used to it, you actually don't. They're not that great because they're literally just sugar. So, for some people, it's like the type of sugar that they don't like. But who knows? Maybe they're really good. Every time my mother would go visit family in Japan, she'd bring me back some. But it's been years since I last had some. She squeals excitedly and runs over to a little stand that has a cute assortment of pastel sugar stars. We follow suit and make our way next to Naomi. Teo picks up a bag and brings it closer to his face, examining them. Okay, these are quite possibly the cutest candies I've ever seen.
Sweet!
And they are so sweet. Maybe that's why people don't like them, because it's way too sweet. Because again, it's just sugar. Aw, Naomi, nothing is sweeter than you. And that's a fact. That's not entirely true. I have to agree with Teo. No one has brought me more impromptu legends that work than you do. Thank you, but these candies are still the sweetest. You both should taste these, by the way. I just know you'll love them as much as I do. Teo and I agree with a nod of our heads, and Naomi turns around happily with an armful of candy and treats. Like a dragon with her horse, she heads towards the register when a kid runs smack into her. Oof. In a colorful explosion, candy spills everywhere, and Naomi falls over backward. I instinctively go to help Naomi, but out of the corner of my eye I see the kid who bumped into her, swiping candy off the floor and pocketing them. Hey! It's a classic move. We see it all the time with tickets and tokens at the Funplex, and like the arcade, this is no different. It's so overused, Teo even sees it. He elbows me and points it out to my attention. But this is not my store, not my job. Do I step in or let it slide? We're gonna go with a basically option. My first instinct was to help Naomi back to her feet, and that's what I'll do. Even though the kid is swiping sour gummies, I'm sure the cashier is on it. This is the first time a child has tried to steal candy, nor it will be the last. I go over to Naomi, extend a hand towards her. She grabs the hold as I pull her to her feet. I collect Naomi's falling candies as well. Notice the cashier approach the kid. They demand the kid to turn out their pockets. It appears like the kid wasn't just picking up stuff from the spill. These pockets are quite full. With a very disappointed frown, the cashier tells them to kindly exit the sandy bar. The kid complies. The cashier and I exchange knowing glances. We are one and the same. Well, after that excitement, I'm ready to relax on the beach and eat some of this candy. Me too. Me three! But I can't quite leave yet. There's still one thing I must do. I need to get some saltwater taffy. It's a Reeves family boardwalk tradition after all. Oh yeah, you can't break tradition. Although if we do, I don't mind starting a new Funplex beach tradition with you. Teo, please, this is one important delicious decision Antonio has to make. And the only correct answer would be for him to choose the cotton candy ones. Cotton candy flavored taffy? Really? I wouldn't joke about something as serious as this. But it's like sickeningly sweet. Even I can't handle it. And I can't handle a truckload of sweet. Well, what would you choose then? Buttered popcorn, obviously. It's like a little salty with— I like a little salty with my sweet. That sounds like— that sounds weird. But also I see it. Especially, I like buttered popcorn. It's just buttered popcorn flavored things, though, don't usually turn out that great. But that's sacrilege. I'm much more of a purist. Getting in a fight over taffy flavors isn't necessary. Both taste great, but I already know what I'm going home with. What's that, Antonio? A grab bag! Look, I'm getting points with Teo here. Let's go. Buttered popcorn. I'm guessing the grab bag is just like nothing. Buttered popcorn. Let's go. To appease my palate, I prefer a more complex profile of flavors. I agree with Teo. Nothing beats buttered popcorn. Excellent. I respectfully disagree with your opinions. But this just means more cotton candy taffy for me. I think that about covers it. Shall we blow this popsicle stand? Ooh, they have popsicle stand. Ooh, they have popsicles too. Once again, Naomi got her arms filled to the brim with candy and she nods ecstatically. Teo picks out some of his favorites too. We each take our turns in line, and before we know it, we're happily carrying our stash with us on the boardwalk. Oh, I almost forgot. She stops abruptly, digging through her bag for a moment, and pulls out the compito. I don't know how to say it. Yes, I've been wanting one since you pointed them out. Naomi opens the bag and both Teo and I pick out one. Popping the sugar star in our mouths, both of us smile wide, enjoying its sugary goodness.
Love it.
Oh, this is so yummy. For real, Naomi. It's my favorite candy. It's my new favorite candy. It's very good. Maybe next time I'm at the Sandy Bar, I'll get some of these instead of taffy. The next time I'm here, because with the Funplex riding high in the world, I bet we could afford a next time. And another, and another. Thank you for introducing me to a whole new world of flavor, Naomi. Anytime, Teo. Maybe if I can change your mind on candy, I can convince you to dance a little lighter on Showtime stage. It's a delicate cabinet. But then I wouldn't get to see you as much as on the Funplex floor. Very true. I've got my candy haul, so my work here is done. I got places to be. And I want to spend some time taking in the sea breeze.
Catch you later.
I need to clear my senses of sugar too. We'll catch up with you later, Antonio. Once alone, I open my bag of saltwater taffy, pick one out, and eat it. I let the taste fully consume me. Now this is a perfect vacation. Who to hang out with? I could go with Juniper and Francine. Oh, but they're shopping for souvenirs. God, I don't know. If I see Queen Bee, I'm gonna die. That's why I didn't pick her last time, because in the end I did want to see Ashley in her sandcastle, but at the same time, like, the other one's Queen Bee and I'm gonna die. We're gonna go with Juniper and Francine. Juniper and Francine are looking at a little map on the boardwalk. It highlights all the shops, cafes, and art galleries along the route. I overheard them discussing it earlier in the day, and it looks like they might have found one. Oh, looky! There's one called Driftaway. Cute. Oh, and they also do wine tasting. I'm a fan of wine and tasting it. A nice after-lunch marlot. I forget how to say that. I don't know. I don't drink wine. Is always a nice treat, isn't it? Juniper and Francine are quite the odd couple, aren't they? But when I reflect on it, they've been actually spending some time together at the Funplex. Juniper is a self-proclaimed old lady at heart, after all, so it's no wonder they've bonded over knitting and cats and costume jewelry. Hey, mind if I join you? Of course not. Francine and I are just deciding on what art gallery to visit first. I've been in the market to find a unique sculpture made from driftwood, and what better place to get one than at the beach itself? It does seem like a wise choice. There is that one place that I must visit again. It's called Seascapes, and it's been open since I was a child. I know it's hard for you to imagine, but yes, old Francine was young and spirited just like yourself, Antonio. I bet you were the talk of the boardwalk, breaking all the hearts.
My, oh my!
Oh, a lady never spills her secrets. But yes, I did have my fair share of summer romances here along the boardwalk. Ooh, go on. I must know. Well, there was this one time that I snuck out in the middle of a moonlit night to meet my lover. It was quite exhilarating, of course. We simply had to go skinny dipping. Oh, please, no. Stop. If there is one thing I definitely don't need to know more of, it's my boss's love life. I already know too much from my interview with Francine TMI. So, Seascapes! Was that the name of the gallery? Let's go there, now. Wait, I didn't catch it the first time. But didn't you just say Seascapes? The Seascapes? The oldest art gallery on the boardwalk? The one and only. There is a lot of history in these old coastal towns. It also has an eerie past, didn't you know? Seascapes is totally haunted. Francine lets out a snort.
Let's be sensible.
Oh, sweet child, that's preposterous. Ghosts aren't real. But the Boardwalk's Paranormal Society has deemed Seascapes the most haunted place on the coast. As the story goes, the previous owners purchased a particularly gorgeous painting, but what the owner didn't know is that the painting was being possessed by a demonic spirit. Soon after buying the art and hanging it up in the gallery, the owner got very ill. It was a mysterious illness that no one could cure. Eventually, the gallerist passed. Is that how? What? And the ghost has haunted Seascapes to this day. Curiosity got me, and after having experienced some unexplainable spooky stuff in the recentish past, I pull up my phone and look it up. Juniper's not lying. I've heard several spooky stories about this art gallery. Maybe it's haunted by the memories of the past, but surely you can't believe in such childish superstitions.
Oh dear.
Antonio, talk some sense into Juniper. What? Me? Come on, Antonio, back me up on this. Well, the truth is... ghosts aren't real. There are unexplainable things in this world, but I'm not sure if I believe 100% in ghosts. But at the manor, there was some weird goings on with the Polybius. But is it fair to call it paranormal? Maybe it's just math and microchips like Iris said. I'm still waiting on science to prove me right or wrong on that. In good faith, I can't choose either one. Nothing in this world can prove or disprove the reality of ghosts. Sure, I enjoy a spooky ghost story as much as the next person, but do I believe them? Fair enough. We've watched enough Ghost Bros to know that sometimes people overreact to those situations. And I can't ignore that I do love an entrancingly scary story. So we are all in agreement then? Yep. 2 Seascapes. One short walk down the boardwalk later, and we arrive at, well, I didn't notice anything overtly haunted. I mean, the building itself isn't dilapidated, but it could use a new paint job and a new fence and maybe upgrade the windows. Being right on the boardwalk with wide open doorways, we can walk right in and hopefully not have the whole thing collapse on top of us. Okay, so it's a mess of a building compared to the other shops along the boardwalk, but it adds to the historic charm. But to its defense, it does have a sign on the window that says free wine tasting, so I know Juniper will be ecstatic about that.
Yes!
Ooh, free wine tastings! As if on cue. I'm so thrilled. It hasn't changed in years, still looks like how I remember it. Francine takes a deep breath as a smile caresses her wrinkled cheeks. The only other times I've seen her this elated is when she's talking about the Funplex. She takes a moment's pause before walking through the door. Juniper looks over at me, side-eyed. Let's hope the only scary thing about this place isn't just their selection of reds. I hold back a cackle as I push open the door. A small bell rings, as with most small shops on the strip, alerting the gallery owner of our arrival. Paintings adorn the walls, beautiful scenes of the ocean, sea life, and the boardwalk itself, each having its own unique style. There are a copper statue of whale flukes. Flukes? Is that what? And colorful glass blown orbs mixed in among the paintings. Several people are talking in hushed tones around the gallery, and I notice Francine has already wandered over to an impressive selection of driftwood creations. Over here, dearies, I think I found the one. Already? You've only been here for 5 minutes. Honey, when you're as old as I am, you don't have that much time to sit around and deliberate about art. You go with what feels right. Follow your heart and all that jazz. but I wanted to peruse the art a bit more. I was hoping maybe a ghost ghastly hand would grab my shoulder, or maybe I'd see an actual ghost. We can stay as long as you'd like. I'm in no rush. Yes, come at me, ghosties. So, Francine, what did you decide on? As a kid, visiting art galleries was never my prerogative. There are words that I don't ever use. So I had no idea the amount of things you could make out of driftwood. Stick wreaths, candle holders, tables. Francine points to a heart weaved together from several sea-worn branches. Simple. And meaningful. That's adorable! It reminds me not only of the many times my late husband and I would visit the beach, but it also reflects my love for the ocean itself. How romantic! I hope one day my partner will buy me something like that. Antonio, you've been my partner in crime for forever, and I want to get something to remember this trip by. If you have the coin, I'm sure Seascapes has the wares. But what should I get? Will you help me choose something? I mean, it's going up in our apartment, so you should get a say in this. Sure thing, Juniper.
Oh, how marvelous.
Ah, young love, we're not... Did Francine just say that? Juniper didn't react, or maybe she did. She was looking away at the moment. Hard to say. I take some time to go over my options. I need to find something that Juniper will like and cherish. This is an important decision. Are we accidentally dating Juniper? That's not what... I think I remember that there is a way to, like... Or is there a way? There was rumors. I think it was just a rumor. I don't know. That you could actually, like, go out with Juniper. Okay, I don't want to choose the wrong thing and disappoint her. We've been through so much together, and I want her to know how much she means to me. See anything worthwhile? I think I found the perfect thing. What do you think about a beautiful painting of the ocean, a glass-blown sculpture of a jellyfish, this bottle of wine? No, the jellyfish! This is cute and peculiar enough, just like Juniper's taste. She's sure to find satisfaction in this. I don't think you're ready for this jellyfish. Really? Juniper laughs, but then realizing I was serious, quiets down quickly. Oh, I mean, it's really adorable. Jellyfish are so weird, just stomach, tentacles, and gonads. Isn't that all you need in life? I like an animal with a brain, personally, but to each their own. Thanks anyway, Antonio. The sentiment isn't lost on me. Thank God. But like, to be fair, glass-blown jellyfish though. Well, kids, I'm about done here. I don't have as much energy as you both do, and I think I'm ready for my afternoon nap. I'll walk you to the hotel, Francine. And a little afternoon siesta does sound nice, especially because there will be lots to do later on tonight. You are such a dear, Juniper. I think I might go back to see what the other people are doing. Taking advantage of your vacation is... Did any of you hear that? I don't think I heard. You hear what, dearie? It sounded like a woman saying, "Save yourselves." No. Are you sure? I wouldn't lie about this. And did you feel that shift in temperature? It's just a sweet ocean breeze tickling your face. Don't let those ghost tales get to your head. Well, you both were just on your way out, so... Good point. See you later, Antonio. Thanks for joining this old lady on her shopping expedition. Juniper practically drags poor Francine outside the gallery as fast as she can. Once out of sight, I reflect once more on the allure of the art and make my way outside to see if I can tag along with the others. Who do I hang out with? Gavin and Ashley are checking out an arcade. Sorry. Queen Bee and Percy are chatting and having funnel cake. I haven't actually chatted with Gavin. Or Queen Bee, so it doesn't really matter who I pick. No, I want Percy. Oh, no, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Sitting at some benches just outside a dry dough stand, Percy and Queen Bee are sharing a funnel cake dusted with white sugar. Seriously? You've never had this stuff before? Not much carny chow in England, I'm afraid. And this is my first time visiting a beach in the colonies. Wait, you can't eat this, right? I mean, it's basically fried grease and sugar. Your heart won't explode? It's not an issue of artery congestion. And Lord knows, I eat plenty of instant ramen and fast food. One little sugary treat won't be the tipping point. Oh, hey, Antonio, join us. No way we can eat this huge thing by ourselves. I settle in to pick at the delicious fried dough, just like I used to have back when we came here regularly. So, Percy and I were talking shop, and even if you aren't a pro gamer, maybe you got some valuable input, you know? See, our Moopyaholic buddy here doesn't believe in being a full-time professional gamer.
Don't think so.
It's not that I don't believe in it, I just don't see it as a stable occupation for a young person to undertake. If you're entirely reliant on the wavering loyalty of corporate sponsors and streaming subscribers alongside any prize money you may or may not be winning, well... I suppose I'm just too risk-averse to walk that path. I prefer a sound investment. Whereas I love risk. No risk, no reward. Yeah, any moment it could all come crashing down and I end up living in my parents' basement again. But I love to fight for my future. Just like Antonio, he was an unemployed bum before finding the Funplex, so nowhere to go but up. Thanks, Queen Bee. Hey now. It's not like I was living under a bridge or opportunity knocked and I answered, or I didn't actually plan any of this. Let's go diplomatic here. Opportunity knocked and I answered. Opportunity for work presented itself, I took it. It's a simple equation, really. A job's a job. The Funplex is a fun job, but it's still a job. Right, but it's also a risky one. That's what I'm getting at. It's a gainful employment in the end, but the only reason you aren't still eating pizza bagels is because you voluntarily took risks and made them pay for you. I'm not saying my path's for everyone. Abandoning the safer road in favor of a wild ride, it takes a certain mindset to make that work. But I promise you that those of us willing to make that leap are having a more rewarding life as a result. Satisfying, not rewarding. Being a school teacher is satisfying, but sadly society does not reward in its due. But does not reward its due. Many satisfying paths in life are also fraught with disaster due to this. It's survivorship bias. People see rock stars and football heroes and think they can make it big too. But those success stories are percent of a percent of a percent. And what happens later in life to the sport hero who abandoned all other paths? What skills do you fall back on when your window closes? You've succeeded so far, Queen Bee, but remember not too long ago you were terrified of being drummed out of your team and tossed on the street. I wouldn't say terrified. It was more of a mild reluctance at best. Couldn't you pursue dominance in your game of choice without making it your entire existence? I don't really play Movie all day. I trade stocks in my off hours. Why not consider a day job with your gameplay occupying the remaining hours?
Nope. No way.
No way, no how. Physical discomfort takes absolute dedication. I can't be at the top of my game, at the top of the game, if I'm also flipping burgers or filing paperwork. Percy, competitive level play requires intensive training. You can't get around the time investment, but you can make it pay double. Doable? I didn't read that. Double. Okay. That's where streaming comes in. Whenever I'm playing, I'm streaming. Subs and donations make me money while my skills go up, up, up. It's win-win. I suppose I see the need for time investment, yes. But it's not like streaming revenues are stable either. Perhaps Antonio can help settle this question. I don't want to. What do you think? Is it better to wholly devote your life to a risky proposition in search of happiness, or to hedge your bets and find balance? I've got no idea, honestly. Percy's right, take chances, but carefully. I don't know. You know what? We're gonna stop here. thank you everyone for joining me. If you don't want to miss the next part, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. If you like what you see and want to play the game yourself, I have links in the description. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye bye! And thank you to this month's patrons. If you're interested in becoming a patron, getting videos early, and other stuff, check out my Patreon. Hopefully I'll see you there.